Hey, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Hey, I'm not sure how this thing is gonna go because this is my first time using StreamYard on my phone, so hopefully everything goes well. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eric McKinley, and I just want to tell you good morning this morning on this wonderful Sunday morning. My wife and I are here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Still here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Today, still a beautiful day. It's a little overcast today, but nevertheless, it's still a beautiful day. And it's always a good opportunity for me, especially for me, to get out on the beach. The beach, um, in the water, for some reason, it just really calms my spirit. We were able to come out here um, on a whim. We were able to come out here on a whim. Left Friday morning, no plans to come out here. Just said we were going to go. Left Friday morning and came out. Things didn't go as smooth as I thought they were going to go. Traveling at the last minute, sometimes you're going to run some hiccups. A lot of times you run some hiccups. But gotta say that everything ended up well. We are actually in a four-star hotel. We're at a resort, not on the end. If you ever been to Myrtle Beach, we're not on the real jumping end. We're on the quiet end, on the north end, way north. But it's a really beautiful hotel, really beautiful area, and the beach is clean. Not a lot of people go around here. It's real calm, and quiet, and sometimes you got to get away. And thankfully, we now are in a position and have been in a position for the last uh, 4 years or so to be able to just up and go. Um, and to be able to do that, it says a lot. A lot of people don't really understand what that means. But I'm gonna talk about that here in a minute and why I'm actually on here. I wanna thank everybody who actually jumped on the call yesterday. We had a wonderful call yesterday, uh, sharing some financial education, financial information. Had had a couple of had a couple of great presenters, had a special guest as well. So shout out to Mr. Spencer LeCapra, Mr. James Hall, Ms. Stephanie Turner, also Ms. Sheena Sparks and Miss Bertha Winston. Thank you, and definitely can't forget my wife. Thank you for always supporting our dreams together. So you know, and it takes more than just you to actually be able to build something. But nevertheless, we had a nice time yesterday, shared some nice information. A lot of people got blessed with some information. Uh, had a pretty good turnout. So thank you to everybody. But I'm going here this morning because I want to share some things with you and just kind of remind you of some things that we may or may not know. Sometimes you just kind of take things for granted and don't really think about how things actually work. But I use the analogy. Have you ever tried to bake a cake? Have you ever tried to bake a cake without flour? And I mean, I'm sure there's some substitutes out there, but at the end of the day, it's flour. And you need flour to actually bake a cake. Of course, you need the eggs to make it fluffy. Flour's gonna make it rise, but even without eggs, you can bake a cake. It may not turn out the best, but without flour, it ain't gonna rise. You have nothing. All you're gonna have without flour is a liquidy, mushy, slushy mess. And that's the key ingredient to making a cake. I say that because a lot of us are missing out on the key ingredient to creating and generating some wealth. Most people think that money is the key ingredient, and I gotta say yeah and no because I think putting money into people's hands that don't really understand it, and this is after years of being trained and educated, putting money into the hands of people that don't understand it is just like putting a loaded gun into the hands of somebody with bullets into the hands of somebody who don't know how to handle a weapon. What we've been taught to do and what we actually know that works, two different things totally. And I know and I believe with all my heart that before we can actually be free as a society, as a community, as a group of people, before we can actually be financially free, we have to be financially educated. And for some reason, people tend to run from the education. And they'll use excuses like, I'm busy, I gotta work, I don't have time, I gotta watch my kids. Um, my wife wants me to take her somewhere. My husband wants me to take her somewhere. We just don't have time. Well, I want everyone to understand that those all those may be valid reasons to you in your mind, but my business partner said, reasons and excuses are the same. Reasons and excuses are the same. And at the end of the day, reasons and excuses are gonna yield the same results. See, if I had used a reason or an excuse almost 5 years ago, I would probably be in the same situation that I was in 5 years ago. But because I didn't use a reason or an excuse, I used my situation to actually motivate me to understand that I had to do it. See, a lot of people don't want to hear that what they've been doing is not effective, even though they see that it's not effective. A lot of people don't want to be told that what they've been doing is not the best way to accomplish the goals that they want to accomplish. A lot of people don't want to hear that what they've been taught about, traditional education is not effective in today's society. A lot of people don't want to do that. See, the wealthiest people in the world, that 1%, they stand by a system to build wealth for themselves and for the generations. While the rest of the country, the rest of the people in the country, they attempt to figure out how to make their ends meet. I found out some things yesterday about some people that really, it didn't surprise me. It's almost like I was kind of waiting for them to actually show the true faces. And that's what happens, man. People will tell you about themselves directly or indirectly, uh, and you can't get wrapped up into that. You can't get wrapped up into that. People will make excuses as to why they can't make time to build a financial future, um, follow a financial blueprint, a roadmap, so they can become financially free. People will make excuses and reasons, and I want you to understand something as well. As soon as you do um, make the decision, choose to improve yourself, then things are going to start coming up. We just have to be able to understand and be able to recognize that it's a distraction. I've been distracted several times over the last almost 5 years, and I just sat down one day here recently, and I decided that I was no longer going to be distracted. And it's easy to be distracted. However, in order to be financially free, financially successful, you gotta have a system and a strategy that works. Just having more money is not a system and a strategy. Having a plan to increase your cash flow. That's something else one of my business partners said. Same guy said it, um, before you can before you can increase your income, we should at least consider increasing our cash flow. And a lot of people don't know the difference between income and cash flow. Income is just, a wage. It's an amount of money that comes to your house. It's an increase in money coming into your house. But that doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to be able to keep that. Cash flow is the amount of money that you have left over after you've paid for all your expenses, after you've paid all your bills, after you've paid all your debt. You have to have your cash flow increase. And there's three things. There's only three ways that you're going to increase your cash flow uh, without doing what I'm doing. There's only three ways. Because a lot of people don't want to do what I'm doing. And when I say that, I mean, a lot of people don't desire to own a business, whether it be a work from home business or whether it be a traditional business. A lot of people want to do that. But if you don't want to own a business from home, you still have to do these three things. The first thing that you have to understand is that you have to understand the importance of minimizing your taxes. See, when you lower your taxes, whether it be on your job and or in your lifestyle, when you lower your taxes, then your cash flow automatically increases. I learned something from one of my business mentors. Money saved is money made. And we talk about savings all the time. But I'm not talking about savings in the traditional sense. I'm talking about lowering my taxes, uh, Because I can remember being in the 24% tax bracket. Yeah, we made a lot of money, but we didn't keep a lot of money. And we were able to lower our tax bracket from 24% from 24% to 9%. And that saved us a whole heck of a lot of money. Now I can't tell you the percentage that it saved me, because it didn't save me 15%. It saved me for like probably about 7%, something close to that. And I'll get the numbers together. So I apologize for that. But we went from a 24% tax bracket to a 9% tax bracket. And that's amazing. We also were able to keep more of our money when we were working jobs. So that lowered our taxable income, which increased our cash flow. That's one thing you have to do in order to increase your cash flow. Another thing is you wanna minimize your expenses. Look at what you're doing. Look at how you're living. Several people got caught up in the pandemic because they were exposed. I'm not gonna make an excuse or a reason. They were exposed. The reason why they got exposed because they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. A lot of people didn't know. A lot of people don't know that they should have money in their emergency fund. They just kind of live how they live. Uh, a lot of people don't, and a lot of people do know, but they don't know how to accomplish that. A lot of people don't understand that they should have a certain amount of money going towards investment to work for. People got caught up in the pandemic because they didn't have a contingency plan. They didn't have a plan, a backup to their job. They only had one stream of cash flow, one stream of income coming in, and they were caught unprepared. So you have to minimize your expenses and look at what you're doing. If you're eating out every day, don't necessarily stop eating out every day. I mean, don't necessarily stop eating out. But think about stop eating out every day. If you like Starbucks and you like to get Starbucks every day, cut it in half. Cut it about 3 days a week instead of 7. That's going to increase your cash flow. If you like drinking, if you like smoking, if you like going to the casino, cut it back. Cut back on it. Because to be honest with you, practically speaking, not a lot of people can go cold turkey. So you gotta start creating new habits. And in order to minimize your expenses, it's gonna take you to create some new habits. Get away from people who are not striving to do what you're doing. So those two things, minimizing your taxes, minimizing your expenses. And the last thing I want to talk about is you have to have a plan to minimize, control, and then eliminate your debt. Because you're not going to just start eliminating debt like that. You got to learn how to manage it, control it, manage it, and then eliminate it. And what happens is when you begin to eliminate the debt, there's less money going out of your house. There's more money staying into your house. I want you to ask yourself a question. How long after you get paid does your money stay in the household? That's a thought-provoking question on a Sunday morning. How long after you get paid does your money stay in your household? Does it stay in your household a week, 2 weeks, a month? Does it stay in your household a day? See, we have to understand that in order to increase our cash flow, we have to change our habits. We got to change the way we look at money. We got to change the way we think about money. We have to change the way that we behave and how we hang around different people who don't respect money. Many of us don't have money because we don't respect it. There's a lot of companies out there, a lot of these network marketing companies out there, and I'm gonna step on some toes for a minute, that will brag about how much money you will make. And they reel people in. Like I said, I got distracted. They reel people in, they say, you can make all this money. And it's true, you can make all this money, but only a certain percentage of people are gonna make all that money. Imagine this. If you have no skill set or no qualifications in a certain area, and somebody tells you that all you got to do is X, Y, and Z, and you can make all this money, don't you think it's going to take time for you to learn that skill set? Don't you think it's going to take time for you to learn how to trade? Don't you think it's going to take time for you to learn how to sell? Even in my business, it takes time. for you to learn how to do things. So going with the promises of people saying that you can make a lot of money, yeah, you can make a lot of money out there, but there's only going to be a certain amount of people that make it to the top of those network marketing companies. It's just that simple. Uh, Nobody wants to hear that truth, and people are going to probably think, whoever sees it, they may say, well, he's hating. No, I'm not hating. I'm telling the truth. And this is what we need to be doing. We need to be telling the truth, because network marketing, like I was told, I didn't know, network marketing was never intended for you to be a millionaire, a multi-millionaire. It was intended for you to make some money so you can increase your cash flow. That's another way to increase your cash flow. Make some business income to increase your cash flow so you can pay off some debt. So you can create an emergency fund. So you can go travel if that's what you desire to do. That's what it's supposed to do. It's not supposed to automatically put you in another tax bracket because you're making six figures off the bat. It doesn't work like that. There's people who have taken years and years and years to build a network marketing team. I want you to understand something. People will lie, convince you, they will disrupt what you're doing just to get you to join them. But nobody else is out there teaching and educating people about personal finance. And I've only come across one company. And I'm glad I partnered with that company. And the name of that company is My Econ. And My Econ is a personal financial success company. Now, there's been lots of other companies that tried to, knockoffs, tried to, duplicate, emulate, but you can't do that, because you cannot emulate the amount of pride that somebody has in what they do. You cannot emulate or duplicate the family-oriented feeling that we have in our company. You can't duplicate the pride that people feel when they figure out how to correctly fill their W-4 out and create some more cash flow coming to their household, or they learn how to prepare their own credit and they save thousands of dollars even after going to a Lexington Law or some type of third-party credit repair person that said, hey, pay these collections. You can't duplicate somebody who created their own emergency fund, or someone who now, after years and years of putting 2% into the company 401k, now they're maxing it out. And then they've also created other brokerage accounts. You can't duplicate that feeling. You can't duplicate that feeling of sharing your success and your testimony with somebody else about something that happened to you, that helped you. You can't duplicate that. Because see, if you could duplicate that, what you would do is do it. Now, I'm not downing any other companies out there. There's some great companies out there, and you can make money in those companies. But I promise you, if you do not have a strategy to keep more of your money, you will fail. Nobody wants to have that conversation. People have worked for 20, 30, 40 years of their life just to get 30, 40, or maybe hopefully 50% of the money that they're going to get at retirement. So people understand that they understand retirement, but they don't understand that is a residual or passive income. They're working 40 years for passive income. They don't understand that. So why not implement a strategy today while you're able to stand up straight, while you're able to enjoy going places, while you're able to not have to be in a wheelchair or a cane or walk with a cane, or why not do something now to where you can enjoy life, and then also be able to understand the importance of creating generational wealth for your children's children. Why not learn how to do that? That's why I do what I do. That's why I'm not going anywhere. That's why I don't have any interest in any other companies. Like I said, I bumped my head a couple of times. It does look great to see if you can, expedite getting to your goals. But at the end of the day, I've never seen anybody run fast for long. This is a marathon. This ain't a sprint. It's a marathon, it's not a sprint. So some of you will not agree with what I'm saying. And I'm not telling you to quit your network marketing company. Please hear what I'm saying. I'm not telling you to quit. Whatever you're doing, doing, if you like selling makeup, sell makeup. If you like selling tea, sell tea. If you like traveling, by all means, do that. Because that may be your passion. It could be your calling. But understand you need personal financial success to be able to keep the money that you're going to earn from the travel, from the makeup, from the tea, from any other of the other things that you'll be doing. Even if you decide to start a traditional business, you might be baking at home. It doesn't matter. It, you still need a strategy. You still need a strategy. And I'm here, and my business partners and associates are here to help you with that strategy. Don't think about my company as a network marketing company, because that's not how I think of it. I think of it as a company that shows you how to be a business owner, be a better business owner, be a better steward of your money, and it also shows you how to create more cash. Everybody needs a plan, but you also need a strategy. So that's what I'm talking about this morning. That's what I'm talking about this weekend. I see we got some people on here. Thanks, Lord, Dexter, Travis, Shonda. Appreciate y'all, man. Like it, share it, tag somebody. And if somebody shares this with you, get back with them so they can help you to understand how you can improve your personal finances just by doing simple strategies. And then you use those strategies to build whatever it is that you want to build. Because you can't bake no cake without no flour. Can't do it, man. It don't add up. So hey, listen, me and my wife about to hit the strip. We're gonna go down there and probably rent us a couple of scooters or golf cart or something. I don't know. Get us some breakfast and enjoy our life because we're young, and I want to enjoy life while I still am able to enjoy it. My name is Eric McKinley. Like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. I see y'all at the top, man, because it is too many people out there trying to figure it out. And that's why they're struggling at the bottom. Y'all take care. Peace.